Hi, I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
and this is the intro to the Broadway musical Cats.
Shut
No,
up.
no, this is we're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. This is the 6th ever review of Supernatural, season 1, episode 6, titled Skin. And I want to start something new with this review, and I will tell you what it is towards the end. But first, let's talk about what this episode was about. A shapeshifter who is going around killing people. Did they ever... Was the shapeshifter just killing people because... Did they ever explain...
Actually, they never did explain that.
They didn't explain...
Didn't explain. It was just living in the sewer, hanging out, killing people.
Like, no
But
rhyme or reason. Just killing people.
No reason. I guess he had to have a reason to maybe change shapes again. Maybe I don't know. They didn't explain that.
I know typically, a shapeshifter...
I will agree.
A shapeshifter or something like that will, typically have to kill people for sustenance or,
But they didn't explain why. We could sit here and guess all day.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't like a vendetta or,
and I'm glad you pointed that out, because I really felt like, it wasn't a bad episode, but I felt like there was something missing, and that's what it was. They didn't explain it.
There was absolutely zero motive. And typically, whenever you have a killer like that, there's a motive somewhere. It's almost like this dude was just doing it for kicks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He even had a pattern. Until, he tried to kill Sam.
Yeah.
But...
Went screwed with the wrong guy.
Yeah. But,
But
he was doing girlfriends.
Yeah.
Killing girlfriends. So, I
don't
know.
It starts out, one of Sam's friends is basically framed for murder. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend died, but come to find out, this shapeshifter was killing girlfriends and then framing the boyfriends for it, and was getting away scot-free, and then kind of got a little sloppy. People started spotting him. Oh, this person, there was
they were like being two places at once.
Yeah, I saw myself. This security footage is catching me. This kind of thing. So, of course, nobody believes it's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, they're just thinking, coincidence, yada,
yada,
yada.
People are crazy. There's no point. But,
you just try to kill your girlfriend. You must be crazy,
Yeah. And so, they finally track this thing down. And, the whole episode can be summarized in, 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It finally decides it's going to start impersonating Sam and Dean. There was a couple of pretty sweet plot twists.
Yeah.
Where you would think that the shapeshifter was one person, and then come to find out it was another.
Yeah. Like when we found out it was the...
girlfriend.
Well, it was the...
Or the girl.
The sister.
The sister of his friend.
Yeah.
And it was like you were just... Holy crap, but
Yeah, because the way the episode starts, it starts with them catching Dean with a knife, and you're like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
And
yeah, it was one of those episodes, too. It starts out,
with the end at the beginning.
Almost towards the end of the story, just to make you think, and then later on, the story builds up to that moment that was in the pre-credits, the opening of the scene. And then they end up, it ended up being really cool. But, I don't know. Here's something that I want to do from now on these. And this doesn't apply to every Supernatural episode. But I want to talk about, with these episodes, they're kind of like Creature of the Week, stuff like that. I want to do, from now on, when it applies, X-Files, Supernatural, who did it better? X-Files did a episode very much like this.
Yeah, I know.
And there were actually a few episodes like that.
The one that really comes to mind, though, is the one that was like, dude was breeding with all the women. And he had the tail. Like, his babies would have a tail.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking about.
That's the one I'm thinking about, though.
The one I'm
well,
thinking...
just like you said, they've done a few episodes like that.
The one I'm thinking about was called Gender Bender.
Yeah, that's another
and
one.
It was like this person, man, woman, whatever it was, lived in like an Amish type community. And they were, like, the people knew about this thing. And so finally, it would swap back and forth between men and women. Like, it could become a man, it could become a woman, but it could look like different people. And it would go and, like, go out on a date with somebody and then kill them. And it ended up becoming a man and, like, taking Scully out at some point. Well, they end up killing this thing. I hope I'm describing this right. But the ending is what got me. Because after they figure out, holy crap, this is what's going on, they go back to the farm or wherever. And because they were like, hey, these people, we got to confront them with this. They don't have any means of transportation. They're not going anywhere. Let's just go confront them. And so they show up the next morning at the farm, and the people are all gone. And they walk out into the field, and Mulder's like, no means of transportation, huh? And there's like a big crop circle in the field where they had gone off.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. X-Files did this better.
Well, yeah.
Well,
even the episode I'm thinking of, they did it better.
Yeah, I mean,
this was... in the episode I'm thinking of, the dude transforms into Mulder and tries to hit on Scully.
Okay.
And then Mulder shows up, and then the dude transforms back into his regular self.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that episode just for the fact of, in the previews, they used the scene where he was Mulder hitting on Scully to hype the episode.
Oh, yeah.
And then come to find out it was a shapeshifter. Yeah. Holy crap. Could you imagine the fun we could have with an X-Files reviews?
I know.
Holy crap. Yeah, that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about
I love it.
But yeah,
well,
I mean...
not to mention, January, new episodes.
I know. I totally can't wait.
Okay.
No joke, I need to go back. We need to find the DVD or something. And I need to watch the event that happened last season. What was it, like 6 or 8 episodes? Because I watched the first one, like the second one, and then like the last one. I missed like the middle 3.
Yeah.
Because stuff was happening.
We're kind of, moving in together.
Yeah. Interesting, because I was going to watch them on demand, and for whatever reason, EPB didn't have Fox stuff. But they're still cool otherwise.
Yes.
But yeah, this episode was really cool. They ended up killing the thing at the end by surprise, silver bullet through the heart, which that seems to be the way to kill just about any shapeshifter. That's what they said.
They did say that. We'll give them that much. They did say shapeshifters of any kind can be killed that way.
Yeah, and we'll probably end up running into that again.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And this episode also, in the overall story arc, tended to let you know that this was the episode where Sam is pretty well letting go of all of his
friends,
people and friends,
all that,
social.
Because he was still keeping touch with them, and that's what led them to this mystery, I guess you could say.
But if you think about it, if he hadn't been keeping track of his friends and keeping in touch, think about how many more dozens, if not hundreds, of people would have died.
True.
So it's not really a lesson learned in that respect, I don't think. But
yeah. It could be, because it makes it even harder when you want to go help your own, I guess.
Yeah, because once it gets personal, it gets very difficult. But anyway, this episode, God, I don't even know what to give it, because there's a lot that detracted from it for me, but it had some really good parts as far as like those plot twists and the overall, I very rarely ever see a shapeshifter. The shapeshifter in this episode was done right, because I don't like the fact that a shapeshifter can just morph back and forth. The fact that they shed their skin
and go to
that was cool.
That was cool.
That was Shapeshifter done right, believable. When they actually shed their old skin and they're somebody completely new underneath. I don't really get the whole being able to sap their memories and stuff. I wasn't real big on that.
But I know you weren't big on it, but it did let some of Dean's feelings come through that he wouldn't have normally expressed. As far as being jealous of Sam and...
It still did not fit in with the story. I didn't like it.
Well, shit. Not everything fit in with the story.
But I'm going to give this episode a 7.
Yeah.
Not overly big on it, but it was watchable. I will not watch it again.
No. And it's because, like you pointed out, there was no story behind why it was doing what it was doing. When clearly it was doing a pattern.
Yeah.
But there was no background story.
No rhyme nor reason.
No.
They could have taken an extra 3 minutes and told us that.
Pretty much. I agree. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 too.
Okay. Well, this is like really our lowest rated episode of Supernatural yet.
Yeah.
But, I still want to know what the crap is up with their dad. I want to know what the hell that was catching people on fire.
Hell, I just want to know what they're going to do next.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not so much...
I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
I'm looking around for the mouse.
It's right up here by the hammer.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, this was an alright episode. This is not going to be one of the greats.
No. Oh, well.
But, I can deal with it. We're still going to watch the next one.
Yeah, didn't kill it.
That, I'll have to, people are going to have to start watching these. Because we had people practically beg for us to review Supernatural. And if I'm going to put the time and effort to watch 200 plus freaking episodes of this show, people are going to start watching.
Please don't act like that has any bearing on us finishing the series or not.
Well, I'm sure at some point this will become where I'm like, oh God, these episodes aren't really good right now. And
well, no, what it's going to come is once we get past the first season, I think our views will pick up. Because you've heard everybody say after the first season it gets better.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And they might not care about to even watch first seasons.
Possibly. Possibly.
Anyway, let's end this.
Okay. But anyway, that's it. Remember, if you're watching live, that tonight at 9 o'clock, in just over an hour and a half, we will be interviewing Raider Cosplay from New Zealand. And it's going to be 9 p.m. here. It's actually going to be 3 p.m. tomorrow where she's at. How weird. God.
Oh, yeah, because I remember I was like, so, what's it like in the future?
Yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be weird because I've interviewed people in Australia, Greece, over on the other side of the planet before. Mm-hmm. And it's always weird talking to them because it's like, it's tomorrow there.
It is. All right.
But anyway, yeah, check us out. We're going to be interviewing her live. And that's it. This has been the Season 1, Episode 6 review of the Supernatural episode Skin. Decent episode. Nothing huge. But anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. Thanks for watching our Supernatural review.